How's it? Arm day pump, pretty flipping nuts. Rat race of life, less so, unfortunately. Now, you know, starting working in my age, I've been working for a long time, and you know, in the beginning, at least I quite enjoyed it, because I started working quite young. Actually, I started working when I was 17. It was on cars, so bear in mind it was something I really enjoyed. But now moving further into my life, and now, you know, going into the bigger industry, and I've changed career directions a bit. You know, you start to see what your life is actually going to entail when this becomes your full-time job. Obviously, I'm still studying, so whatever. But, you know, I'm on my summer vacation. I've gotten some work experience and I've learned a lot. Now, it's really enlightened me, you know. It's kind of like when you get into a brand new video game. My favorite example is the new well, not new anymore, but Hogwarts Legacy. I anticipated this game so much, and I think you can apply it to this situation. You know, it's anticipation. You're so excited, and then, you know, you finally get to the point where the map reveals, right? The clouds alleviate, the wizards have swished the clouds away, you see the whole map, and the map is big, right? First of all, it's massive, there's a lot to do in it, and you know it's going to take you a very long time to get through all of those things. Those hobgoblins aren't gonna get, you know, cursed by any old wand. It has to be your own. You know, you gotta go out there and cast your spells. Not only that, but not all of it is enjoyable. A lot of it is grind, and you know, it can actually end up showing you that you don't particularly like the game. Now, that's not a great example for Hogwarts Legacy because I really enjoyed that game, but in terms of life, you can see that this is going to be a grind, and you need to realize this is how I need to get through it in order to reach what I am setting out to achieve. You know, if you want 100% the game, you know, you got to put 100% of the effort in order to get out of, you know, using Levioso the whole goddamn game. You know, if you want to get the big spells like Bombarda, Avada Kedavra, take enemies out in one hit, what do you got to do? You got to grind a bit. And this experience has really enlightened me into the fact that if I am going to achieve what I want to achieve, and I think everyone, if they're going to achieve what they want to achieve, you really need to work hard now. And I know everyone says it, right? And it's easier said than done. And I've always kind of known this and always been trying to do it. But now being in the position where I actually can visually see it and experience it, this is something you need to do, right? You don't want to be that person on TikTok, I'm sure everyone's seen it, and they having a breakdown and saying, oh, you know, I've just finished college, I'm in my first job, I work 9 to 5, I get home, I eat and I exercise, and by the time they've done that, they have nothing left, no time in their day to socialize, have fun until the weekend. And that's literally where the saying living for the weekend comes from, which is quite miserable. And it's something I really try not to do. You know, try live for your days, live in the moment, live the experience, in order to, by the time you've achieved what you've set out to achieve, you've been achieving it the whole time. You know, it's not a drag, it's not an issue. You know, you get the new wand, you get the new broom, you know, you get that new Fortnite skin. But, you know, you weren't thinking about getting the Fortnite skin because you're just having fun playing Fortnite, and V-Bucks were accumulating because your weekly challenges, boom, bing, bada boom, were getting accomplished. You get me? And it's really, really scary, honestly. And just going back into the whole, you know, being an adult, freshly an adult, and in this kind of limbo phase of your life where you're not quite sure what path, what trajectory you're going to go down. And you're navigating this earth and you can see the answers, but you don't quite know how to achieve them. And it's very stressful. And I can understand why a lot of people give up, and a lot of people get so discouraged by moving on from the shelter of their homes and parents into the big scary world. And you know, in its own way, it's also exciting though. You know, the challenge of no longer having to rely on other people except for yourself. But I think it's also now an important factor to like point out that humans are social creatures, and although you need to rely on yourself, you also need to be able to lean on others and, you know, share the burden of life. Not necessarily share the, you know, put burdens on people, but, you know, everyone has burdens, and share them with each other in order to, you know, get through this big scary thing a little bit easier and enjoy it a little bit more than you would have otherwise. You know, from this, I've also been able to start thinking in my future a lot more, not in the sense of what I want to achieve, but rather the sense of these are the steps I need to do in order to achieve it. You know, a lot of the time, I love using video games as analogies, but you know, you'll want to, I don't know, what's a great example? You know, in Fortnite, you know, the recent updates where they, in the battle pass, you complete the battle pass, but then to get the extra variants of the skins, you have to keep leveling up and unlocking them. Now, you can kind of see the path and the trajectory you need to get to in order to keep unlocking those skins. You know, you need to keep doing this in order to get that. And now applying that to real life, it's kind of showing me what I need to do in order to achieve that. And it's exciting. It's exciting to see the paths ahead of me and, you know, how difficult it's going to be. And a lot of people say love the struggle because you're going to miss it when it's easy. And that's something I don't quite understand yet, but I do try to enjoy every moment, hence, you know, living a fulfilled life. And I guess in its own way, that is loving the struggle. And, you know, because before you know it, your time's up, and your time is so valuable. And there's no point in, you know, worrying about everything and stressing if you're not actually enjoying the life and the process that you have, because you only have one of them. So you might as well enjoy it. You know, the thought that you're going to achieve something shouldn't be your only motivation to achieve it. Your motivation should be in the work behind achieving it. You know, that slight slog every day, seeing that tiny bit of progress every day. You know, YouTube isn't really like a life goal of mine, if that makes sense. I'm just really enjoying it and seeing where it goes. But the thought of it being successful is obviously a factor and a motivator. But, you know, really at the moment, I'm just enjoying, you know, the creation of it, the videography, the cinematography, editing, you know, sharing my thoughts and, you know, how hopefully being a comfort in a way to other people, because, you know, it is scary, and I have found not a lot of people seem to speak on the process of growing up almost. And it's really is a process. It's not just something that happens. And, you know, even if I look back a couple years from now, the person I wasn't what I wanted to be. And, you know, it's kind of, again, that journey of slowly putting those pieces together in order to become the person you want to become, achieve the things you want to achieve, set up a future that you want for your future. And I know these are all things like dwelling in the future, dwelling in the past, but really those goals and aspirations in the future are really just motivating me more to live in my present in order to achieve my future. So in its own weird contradicting way, it's kind of aiding it in, my goals are aiding me in living in the now and to achieve what I need to achieve. I don't know if that really made sense, but I hope you've enjoyed. I hope it was slightly enlightening. You know, a little bit of food for thought at the very least. However, don't take anything I say for fact, because I'm no doctor, no genius, no scientist. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed, and we will see you tomorrow.